Hi everyone, my name's Gavin and I'm the Youth Coordinator for the General Assembly. I just felt that as we were approaching the annual meetings that I might take this opportunity to give you an update in terms of what we've been doing to support youth and young people since we last met at the Being Together event last year. And also give you an idea about how some of these initiatives that have come up, how they've come into being. So let's crack on. The first thing I'd like to tell you about is Bad Coffee Club. Now, Bad Coffee Club is a space which has been created by our young people for our young people. And to just give you a bit of a feel for what I'd share, just the opening words of Bad Coffee Club. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Bad Coffee Club, a light-hearted yet supportive space for young people to meet, relax, and form lasting friendships. A space built on kindness, mutual respect, and a desire to live life to the full. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? And this all came about, space came about when a couple of our young people, independent of one another, sent me an email and said, basically, Gav, we'd like to be involved. We'd like to support our young people by getting involved in the Unitarian Youth Programme. Now you can imagine the fireworks that went off in my head whenever I read those two emails, independent of one another, unplanned. And so we decided to meet up. We created a space, obviously on Zoom, and we started having a conversation. We started having a conversation where they reflected on their needs. And that took some time. And then after that, once they'd established what their needs were, they thought about, well, actually, how do we go about best meeting our needs? And at the end of that process, which took a number of months, and they met every 2 weeks, they came up with a structure which had its own structure for a session, which had its own opening words, check-in format, activity, and then check-out format as well. It was very, very considered. They really thought of the purpose of each stage. And the main way in which they felt that they would address their needs, primarily at that stage, at the beginning of the pandemic, was just to meet with other young people and have a laugh, have a giggle, have an energizing experience. The best way they thought to go about that would be through online gaming, which I'm gonna fess up, I don't know a huge amount about. I do know I'm in those sessions and I participate. It's a lot of fun. I felt that gaming was the way to go about it. And certainly from what I've observed from being in those sessions, they're absolutely right. And they called it beautifully. As a platform, gaming really does allow for that community building and that energy within the group. They started off, there was just 3 of them. And now they're probably averaging around 8 to 10 participants per session. It's really cool. With very little advertising. The group is quite keen at the moment that they don't want to push themselves too early, too quickly, and they want to find their feet. And when the time is right, they'll start opening it up to more and more people. But I think what's become obvious over the past couple of weeks is they are outgrowing the space. And now they're starting to have conversations about how do they grow well, which is absolutely tremendous. I mean, what a great result. Well done to them. And there's a couple of things I want to really celebrate as part of the Bad Coffee Club experience. I think the first one is how they have grown as a group. We didn't know each other at the start of the process. My goodness, they know each other pretty well now, which is fantastic. There's been a real community that's built there. The other thing I think that's great that's grown is the leadership. The real leadership that they have not only shown initially in putting themselves in a position of vulnerability and putting themselves out there, and the courage to put themselves in that vulnerable position, and I'm willing to go into the wilderness and see what happens. But the leadership of being able to sit back and hold multiple positions at the same time and develop a real discerning mindset. I think that's absolutely amazing. And the other thing I want to really celebrate is not only are they thinking about what their needs are and how best to meet them, but also to think about how that's done well. They're really thinking about not only going beyond safe space to creating an enabling space so that people not only feel safe, but they feel enabled to participate and to bring them their best selves to the space. And I think that's incredibly cool. I mean, if that doesn't get you excited, I don't know really what will. Of, people that young being thinking that far ahead in terms of creating space. Really exciting. So the GA's role in this, in terms of Bad Coffee Club, has been very much about walking alongside through myself. And obviously, when I'm asked, I'll offer my opinions and that sort of thing, but this is very much their project. They've been largely responsible for finding it, and they'll be responsible for taking it in whatever direction they feel is best for it. But we will continue to walk alongside them and support them in whatever way they find it helpful. That's the first initiative. Second one I want to talk about, again, which came into being around the time of the Being Together event, was the GA Congregational Youth Leader Support Group. And I'm really excited about this group. It came out of that youth session, Being Together event, when a couple of youth leaders said, well, look, wouldn't it be great if we were able to meet other youth leaders from across the UK and find out what they're doing, And so our role in the GA in it has been to open up a space and hold that space, and basically to say to youth leaders when they get in touch, like, we have this space where you're welcome to come into and share what you're doing and hear what other people are doing and learn from one another and share our resources and that sort of thing. And it's been incredibly successful so far. To date, I've had contact with around 20 congregations. Some of those congregations attend every meeting, which occurs monthly. Some have been and out, some have attended one. A number ask for the notes because they don't have anyone or a volunteer currently in place who can lead on this kind of work within their congregation. And I just love the energy that comes with the group. I just love the generosity that's within the group, sharing. There is so much sharing and so much encouragement. It feels really fresh. And I suppose one thing that I really liked is it has become a space really for congregational youth leaders to really start to develop a form of youth and family ministry that is in harmony with their setting. And when I say in harmony, I mean very much in tune with the need of their congregation, very much in tune with the theology of their congregation, held lightly, and very much in tune with the capacity available. There's no point going for an all singing, all dancing provision if you haven't got the capacity to be able to deliver that successfully. And people are doing the very best they can with what they've got. And it's amazing what they have been able to produce with what they've got. It's a great space. And if you would like to be part of that space, please drop me an email. Yeah, I'd love to hear from you. And come and be part of this network, this sharing network. It's, yeah, beautiful collaborative space where we co-create amazing ministry together. Whew. Amazing. The next initiative I'd like to talk about, which actually came out of the GA Congregational Youth Leader Support Group, was the Cloud9 event. The Cloud9 event was our first venture into online events, and yeah, again, it was our youth leaders in that group saying, wouldn't it be fantastic if we could somehow link our young people together in some way at this time? And so we put together a task and finish group to examine or to play with how this might take place. And it was a mixture of congregational youth leaders who had no way been involved with national youth programming before, and our youth leaders who have a wealth of experience for delivering programming at the Nightingale Centre in Great Hucklow. And it all fell together quite beautifully. There was a lot of play and a lot of exploration about what an online youth event might look like. And what emerged was quite different to what I had imagined, which was amazing. In all, we had 7 sessions over one day, catering for toddlers, right up to people of 25 years of age. Most of those sessions, or most of our volunteers, I should say, were our young people themselves, which was absolutely brilliant. And there was a good mixture of input from congregations and from our established volunteer team, as well as those new emerging leaders, I should say, rather than volunteers, in terms of Bad Coffee Club and #Blessed. And in all, 52 young people attended the event, which was absolutely tremendous. It's quite a turnout, our biggest in quite some time. And I just loved being able to watch people who ordinarily, for whatever reason, weren't able to engage with the programming that normally takes place in the Nightingale Centre, being able to engage in such a way that they couldn't, but online. And it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. And don't get me wrong, we've got our things to work on with regards to doing programming on in that format, in that way. But for the first time, I thought we did an absolute cracking job. And yeah, I'm really proud of all our youth volunteers and what they achieved on that day. It was brilliant, absolutely fantastic. And the final initiative I want to talk about is one that I think is pretty cool. And out of the 4, it's one that's actually come from outside rather than coming from within. Religion for Peace have been in contact with myself, and I'm part of their steering group. Well, in terms of their youth steering group, I've been in contact, and they're trying to start up a new group supporting young people up from the ages of 18 to 32 from across the UK, representing a range of different faith communities. And the motto of the group is different beliefs or different faiths, common action. which I think is pretty cool. And it's all about bringing together different faith communities around issues of common interest, and for them to then meet, discuss, and formulate their own response to whatever that issue is of common interest. And it's very early days, and the group is just getting started. But we hope that with time, what will give us an opportunity to do is to offer a space for our young people to come into and to mix with other young people of other faith communities across the UK, and to talk on a scale which we can't do about the issues that are of importance to them, and for them to act in whatever way they feel is appropriate on it. It's seriously cool, like seriously cool. And it's a slow burner, and we're going to see how this emerges over time. But I think it will offer great opportunities to our young people up to an age which previously, or maybe perhaps for some time, but certainly from my experience, or certainly within my remit, an age group up to 32 that we haven't been able to provide the range of opportunities that maybe we would have liked to. So it's all pretty cool stuff, all pretty cool stuff. I would like to say that it has all been part of some great big master plan. My ego would love to say that it has been part of Gav's great master plan, but if I'm honest, it hasn't. All of this has emerged, and it's emerged from our, it's all emerged from within. It's all come from our members getting in contact and having conversations. And those conversations are beautiful in that they're incredibly open. And there's a lot of play. And there's a lot of courage. And there's a lot of what if, and wouldn't it be great if, and actually thinking about how do we bring these ideas that are emerging into action. And there's a lot of discernment. And we just trust in ourselves and trust in the group that things will unfold and develop in a way in which they're meant to. There's a huge amount of trust. And I've learned a lot from it, actually. I've learned that we don't necessarily need to have a huge master plan. And that if we just let go and let things be, that we'll get the growth, which is, we'll get growth in a way that it's true and authentic and is meant to happen. It's been quite a learning experience, all this, a good learning experience. And I think the big thing I'm taking from it is just let go and to trust. Let go and trust. And yeah, things will emerge in a way in which they're meant to. So there are a few other things in the pipeline, but it would be unfair to, they're very much in their infancy, and it would be unfair to get too harsh a spotlight on them at the moment. We just need to let them go and let's see whether they take off or not. Yeah, I hope you can see there's a lot of cool stuff going on. If you would like to be involved in some way, or if you'd like to know more information, please drop me an email. I'm always keen to have a conversation. So yeah, get in contact. I'd love to hear from you. And yeah, let's see what emerges from that conversation. So yeah, keep in touch, and yeah, I look forward to hearing from you.